Hello, my good people. Welcome to another wonderful session of empowering conversations. I call this session wonderful because we are going to discuss certain things very different. Now, just before you say this would be the same thing or the usual thing, I want you to answer one question. After answering this one question, which concerns you, you can then go away. You can put off this video. I will be happy that you answer that one question. Have you ever considered going back to school? Not to go and figure out how the future will look like. Not to go and think about what career am I going to pursue in life. Not because you don't know how the future will look like, but to go and decide on how to descend the corporate ladder with meaning and purpose. That is, you are not about climbing the corporate ladder any longer. You are rather descending it with purpose, with meaningful, and with common good to society. Have you ever thought about this? That I want to go back to school, but not to learn something, whether to become an accountant, a journalist, a nurse, doctor, but it is over. I want to go back to school to figure out how the second chapter of my life is going to look like. Hang on, and if you have a notebook and a paper and a pen, this is what we are going to discuss in the next few minutes, probably 20 minutes, because I'm going to share with you midlife career transition fellowship programs, and some of them fully sponsored in some of the top universities in the world. Most of them in the United States, but they also include Canada and the United Kingdom. Stay with me as we explore transformative opportunities for accomplished professionals seeking meaningful next chapters with purpose and renewed commitment. Just before we get into this, when the crisis broke out in Anglophone Cameroon, I had just returned from the United States, from California, where I had participated in a wonderful social entrepreneur program, SOCAP 16, that was in 2016. Here I was planning on how I will contribute to the development of my country. Then things fell apart right in front of me. And in fact, when the very first revolution started at City Chemist, I was sitting at my office and watching. 5 years down the road, I was not seeing any headway. But we all, we stayed there and we thought things were going to get better. But as you can see in this picture, I started figuring out if things are going to continue this way, how will it look like? And in the process, I stumbled on what I am going to share with you today, and which now took me to a journey which has helped me to design this new path that I'm sharing with you. So it didn't just come up overnight. It came up through something. Midlife career transition fellowships and program. What are they actually? What are midlife career transition programs? What are they? Can you imagine yourself at the peak of your career at 50, 60, or even 70, wondering what's next? Perhaps you are in your 30s, 40s, or 50s, feeling a deep turning for something different. You are thinking that you should be able to do something for your life very different. You have built a successful career, maybe as an accountant, a teacher, a nurse, a journalist, non-profit leader or entrepreneur, but now you feel a calling to explore a new path, to make a greater impact, or to reinvent yourself. Midlife career transition is no longer an exception. It's a growing movement. What they call anchor education. It's coming up strong and it's almost everywhere. Whether due to burnout, the pursuit of unfulfilled passions, or the desire for renewed purpose, many accomplished professionals are stepping back to reflect, reimagine, and relaunch their next chapter. I mean, people from different careers. You might have started up on a wonderful career. You say, oh, I want to be a wonderful accountant. But you soon discover that 15 years in your career, and at that time you're around 35, 40, you are like, is it really what I vouch for? And you have a yearning. Something is telling you that there are better things you can do with your life. Oh, yes. Can you imagine yourself at the peak of your career? So I want to talk about this is where midlife career transition fellowships come in. A unique opportunity to take a structured break, gain fresh perspectives, expand your network, and develop new skills for a fulfilling second act, the second chapter. That period during which you are not more climbing the corporate ladder, but you are descending. Well, many people climb the corporate ladder, but they don't want to descend. And that is why at 70, 75, 80, you get people hanging in there. Let me say something. By the time you get to 60, 65, you've garnered enough experiences, knowledge, and skills, if actually you were deeply committed in your career, which are very useful that you can pass on to another generation. They are yearning for it, they are looking for it. Don't get up every day. You drive and go and do the very hard things that you've been doing for 30 years. These prestigious programs offered by top universities worldwide are designed for experienced professionals who seek to leverage their expertise in new and impactful ways. In this video, I will introduce some of the best midlife career transition fellowships, their benefits, and how they can help you redefine your future. Institutions such as Harvard, Stanford, Oxford, and the University of Chicago, including the University of Notre Dame, they offer world-class programs that not only provide intellectual enrichment, but also guide you in crafting your next mission-driven journey. Stay with me as we explore these transformative opportunities that can turn your next chapter into the most exciting one yet, just like mine. If I tell you the fun and the love, the empathy with which I'm doing what I'm doing, you wouldn't believe. But it is thanks to this program. And you guess what? Let me just tell you a small little hidden thing in leadership. The universities are just called Harvard, Stanford, Oxford, University of Chicago. These are top 10 universities in their various countries. And the one thing you start asking is, of course, the University of Notre Dame, where I attended, ranked among number 16, 17, 18th at times out of 2,000 universities in the United States. When you listen to this, what comes to you? Hey, how do I find myself in Harvard? How do I find myself in Stanford? I will tell you some little thing. Have you ever figured out why David was able to kill Goliath? In leadership thinking, Goliath was so big a target that David could not miss. That was leadership thinking. To the little mind, Goliath was so big that he can easily crush David. No. Have the leadership thinking mind, the visionary thinking. Go out for the big things. You will strike them down. That is what many people don't know. In fact, it is easier with intentionality to get into one of these universities than to get to some other smaller universities. That is real. And that is the truth, especially if somebody guides you. I always say it, when you want to know the road ahead, ask from those who are coming back. Oh, yes. So unknown to people, when you focus on big things. By the way, most of these universities, they have great endowment funds that they can easily bankroll a scholarship of about 40, 50, 60, 70, 80,000 dollars, 90,000, $100,000 to a student, and it will mean nothing to them. That is the truth, and that's real. So, well, I remain Amos Fun. If you are coming through this channel for the first time, and in the second chapter of my life, I am doing this work that you see that I'm doing with you today. And that work for this year, I am working to empower, guide 600 committed individuals on a transformative journey to live with purpose, take action, and turn their dreams into reality. You could be one of them. So I work with young people, with youths. I help them in navigating admissions, scholarships. I help them in project proposal writing, writing for grants, people who have small initiatives and they need funding. That is the work I do. If you are new here, subscribe to this channel. Like this video because I know you like it. Share it with people who may need opportunities like this. I know you are going to do that for me, so I'm not going to waste so much time on this. Let's move ahead. So, one of the programs is the Inspired Leadership Initiative program at the University of Notre Dame. They just say that charity begins at home. This is the program in which I participated as a cohort 4 member for 10 months. 10 good months. I was at the University of Notre Dame. It's a 10-month journey to discover, discern, and design your next act. Get the word. You discover, you discern, and you design how your next life is going to be. And that's exactly what I do. The key features are reflection, faculty support, and knowledge sharing with Notre Dame community. And then the program runs from August to May. I got there on August 2022, and I left, or we graduated on May 2023. And since then, my journey has continued. Now, this is part of the program. This is part of what we do. The Inspired Leadership Initiative is for accomplished individuals from all disciplines, business, non-profit, academic, to name a few, who have completed their chosen careers and wish to embark on a process of discovering, discerning, and designing who they want to be in the next stage of their lives, taking advantage of the university's vast array of resources. Indeed, the University of Notre Dame is incredible. It has vast array of resources. Accompanied by dedicated faculty and staff, the ILI fellows have the unique opportunity to reflect on the past and shape the direction of their future, while also sharing wisdom, experience, and knowledge with the Notre Dame community. Here we are having a conversation with my classmates. Surprise for you, you will know this. The person standing up is Father Paul, retired, looking forward to the next day. This is an Army General, Tim Weber. These are people who have accomplished their first, and Lisa there, a former teacher, who have accomplished, Father Todd is there, who spent 20 years in Africa. They come back to sit down, to retreat, to reflect, and look at how the future will look like. And I usually call it "10 months of retreat, learning, and fun at Notre Dame." You will take classes with undergraduates. You will take classes with master's degree students. You will take all kinds of things. It is an informal learning. You are not writing exams, but you are deliberately participating in training. You have compulsory courses, but you also have courses that you choose. Here with the young people here, and I think This was in Professor Morris's class, where I'm taking a course on social entrepreneurship and innovation. I took courses on fundraising and project proposal writing. I took programs. One of the compulsory programs is designing an inspired life, your journey going forward. On my right are fellows, and which are, for the purpose of this discussion, I'll call them my classmates. Tim Weber, retired general, Father Todd, who spent 20 years in Africa and 10 of most of those years in Madagascar. And I think that should be Paul Malloch at the other end. Here is my good friend, retired Colonel Joe Girard. Joe lives in Atlanta. This is Father Luis from Mexico. Father Luis actually is in charge of one of the shelters that deals with immigrants issues in Mexico. These are people from all walks of life that get back to reflect and think about how their future will look like. Is it something you want to do? And like I tell you, it's learning, it is a retreat, it is fun. We do all kinds of things. We travel around, we get to places, spend some time in other retreat avenues. That is what this program is about. This is about Notre Dame, and Notre Dame is only one of them. The ILI at Notre Dame wasn't even the first. So let us look at the others very briefly. I can't do a lot of presentation on this, and I'm really thinking of creating time to present this program at Notre Dame because I love it. I have recommended people to it. I have actually helped another Cameroonian who is currently in the program now as we speak. I've also helped people from other countries to be on other programs. I am attached to most of these programs because that is what I decided to do after my 10 months at Notre Dame. Let's move on. So we have the Advanced Leadership Initiative, ALI, at the University at Harvard University, which was launched in 2008. It has a 12-month duration starting from January to December. It focuses on solving society's pressing challenges through experienced leadership. It's quite another aggressive program. As interesting, you have, of course, all these programs, like I said, they are very exciting. The Harvard program starts from January each year. Let's move to the next. We have the Queen's University Canada Advanced Leadership for Social Impact. It is designed in another way, but it's quite an interesting program. Fellows come in and then go back. It prepares leaders to tackle root causes of social issues. That's the goal of the program. It combines on-campus sessions with online learning. So you come into Canada, you spend some time on campus, then you go back and continue work, and then you come back again and you finalize the last part of the program and you graduate. It is for mid-career professionals from diverse backgrounds, and this program is ideal for everybody around the world, not only Canadians. We have the University of Chicago Leadership and Society Initiative, to which I'm very attached. If you're interested, we can talk about it. The program, Know Yourself, reflect on past experiences and achievement, understand the world, engage with the University of Chicago's intellectual environment, and then envision the future, launch ambitious plans for personal and societal impact. This program is called Leadership and Society. So it connects you. You must be very clear as to what you want to do to society. Just like I told you at the beginning, these programs are not more about you finding out a corporate job, but how will your impact look like? You may leave the program, and the next thing you want to do is you are creating an NGO. You may leave the program and the next thing you want to do, you are attached into some movement which is causing change in the world. That's what we are talking about here. Leadership and Society, LIS. We have the Boston College Companion Program, Renew Purpose, Find New Direction and Meaning, Deepen Spirituality, Engage with Ignatian Principles, Explore Discernment, Reflect on Life's Journey. This program, similar to that of Notre Dame in a way, it has a spirituality component of it. Remember, this is a Catholic institution. The University of Notre Dame, which is based in South Bend, because most people, when you hear Notre Dame, you think of France. It's in Indiana, based in South Bend, which is around 90 minutes ride from Chicago. All these programs, they have a spiritual background. So you have Reverend Fathers who actually support us during the program in our spiritual discernment. It's the same thing with this. I don't know, you call it the Jesuit priest. This program, it has this at its background, just like the other one, I think the Loyola. Okay. So the next program is the Loyola University of Chicago Ignatian Programs. Ignatian Wisdom Fellowship, 1-year cohort learning program for guided reflection and wisdom leadership formation. Ignatian Legacy Fellows, year-long pilgrimage to reimagine and renew meaning using the Ignatian spirituality. You have the Stanford Distinguished Careers Institute, they call it the DCI. You renew purpose, you build community, you recalibrate wellness, and you foster intergenerational engagement. It's a 12-month program helping accomplished individuals improve their life journey and create a new paradigm for the university of the future. These programs are emerging everywhere. And we move to the next, which is in the United Kingdom. Remember, I've touched the program. Most of them are in the United States. There is one in Canada. The University of Oxford just started its own program. And the program they talk about things, reflect on your journey, explore, discover new possibilities, reinvent, shape your future impact. You will see that in all these programs, the mission seems to resound around reflective thinking, reinventing, finding out how your next journey will be. And may I just ask, how can you use your knowledge as a journalist for about 25, 30 years? How can you use your knowledge and experiences in accounting, in the medical field, in the military, in the police, wherever, in the gendarmerie? How can you use this knowledge, what you learn, some of the things that do not work, to impact the world going forward? I think it's possible. All you just need is that quiet moment for reflection. I keep saying this because when I moved out of Bamenda, the one thing I could say is I stayed away from without the gunshots that you hear every day, and they make it difficult for you to think. For those who've lived in the situation, you know that there are days that you sleep under the bed, right? Because you don't know what is going to happen next. So you need this kind of environment that gives you that opportunity to discern, to think. The University of Texas at Houston has the Tower Fellows program. The duration is 2 semesters. It's a small group of accomplished individuals, key future inspiring discussions, access to top courses, and exclusive university events. We have out of all of this, I want to also present to other younger learners, if you really want to go back to school, there is this wonderful program at the University of Notre Dame, which is the Masters in Global Affairs, fully funded. All what you need to belong to this program, please just bring me your strong credentials. Bring your strong credentials. show me the passion for development work. And development work is big. Many people used to think that development work means only digging the roads or infrastructure. Development work is in different capacities. I am a development worker, but I specialize in enterprise development because through enterprise development, you cause the economy to grow. So economic development or development economists are actually involved in development work. Doctors are involved in development work. So a lot of people, they get involved in development works, don't think that development work is just or belongs to just some particular thing. And anyway, having said this, if this is something you want to do, the program is 2 years, fully sponsored. I met a lot of students from Canada and the Southern Africa and some of West Africa, but I didn't see a lot of students from Cameroon in this program. If you see this place and you're interested, get to me and let's see how we can help you. It prepares for leadership in the global policy and development. Extended field work with partners worldwide. During the program, you get attached to partnerships worldwide, and you can go see other parts of the world, see other development initiatives, and you learn from them. And you listen to this. I rushed through it because it's so much. If you are interested, send a mail to me. Send a text message to me. I have these programs fully designed with the details, with contacts, start dates, closing dates, and I can help you. You know what? If you want to know the road ahead, ask from those who are coming back because they definitely know the road. And if it's about this issue, I know what I'm talking about. I have been a participant. I have helped people make it. Why not come and let's see what we can do? Please like the video, subscribe to my channel because a lot more interesting things are coming up. In my next video, I'll be talking about grant opportunity. Grants, meaning people who own organizations that need support with grants. Subscribe, send a WhatsApp message to me, send an email to me, go to my website and look at the work that we've done at African Dream. Go to my YouTube channel and look at other inspiring videos just like this one. Stay well, and I look forward to hearing from you. If you get to me quick, I will give you some special secrets on these programs. Have a great day.